Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ultimus, and much like yesterday's video, I'm going to apologize up front if this has a lot more edits in it than normal. Still in quite a bit of pain. Going to be going to see the dentist. Hopefully tomorrow morning I'm going to call in the morning and see if they can squeeze me in under the emergency bit, because it's gotten to the point where with my tooth and my jaw, I basically am in constant pain. I've drank about 2 gallons plus of cold water just to kind of help keep I get the inflammation at bay. And like putting cold water helps numb it. It's fine, and so it's a mess. I just about have no appetite right now because the pain just makes my stomach feel weird. So I'm gonna try to get to this video as best as I can. Even right now, talking is causing it to flare up, and it's actually hurting a decent amount. So, that being said, what also hurts quite a bit is the topic we're going to talk about today. And that is the topic of how PvP gear is going to be working in Legion. I was debating doing this video or not because I wasn't sure if I wanted to touch on it, but I figured, as a PvPer, probably should chime in, and I really do want to chime in and share my thoughts on it, my 2 cents on it. To lay some foundation here and some groundwork, just to give you my perspective and where I'm coming from as a player. I usually am a person that finds himself on the kind of moderate viewpoint when it comes to a lot of issues of controversy and frustration in WoW. With just about every topic that I can think of, I rarely have leaned to one extreme or the other. Usually do a pretty good job of being able to see both sides of the argument, and just kind of see how things play out before getting all up into arms about just about anything when it comes to Blizzard, Warcraft, kind of stuff like that. And there's some stuff that I initially don't like, but I'm willing to see how it plays out, right? This, however, is not really one of them. How Blizzard is going to be doing PvP gear in Legion is hands down quite possibly one of the worst system designs I think I have ever seen implemented into World of Warcraft, flat out. Basically how it's going to work in Legion for PvP is because in rated arenas and rated battlegrounds, all stats and gear is going to be normalized, equalized, and so PvP is going to be based very much solely on skill and your coordination as a team rather than who has the better gear, which is totally fine. But as far as then how you acquire gear for PvP, so this is the gear that's going to go into account, for World PvP, rated battlegrounds, all that stuff like that. And PvP gear is going to adjust your stats slightly, but Blizzard is going to have complete control over that, which is a whole nother video, I think, for a whole other time, though we might touch on it a little bit. But item levels are basically going to increase your stats very minimally, as opposed to the degree to which they do now. And all of your gear that you're going to be obtaining in Legion for PvP is going to be through RNG. Whenever you win battlegrounds, arenas, rated battlegrounds, all that kind of stuff, you are rewarded gear through randomness, through basically the Ashran box all over again. And on top of that, not only are you going to be rewarded a random piece of gear, but it's going to have a chance, a random chance at certain stats, and then it's going to be, a random chance to be Warforged, or I believe there's even a new upgrade called Titan Forged, I believe. So you're going to have random on top of random on top of random, essentially. And as a PvPer, that's not fun. I don't want to get into all the details. I'm not going to pull up the blue post or anything like that. I don't want to turn this into one of those videos where we just read everything and stuff like that. I'm just kind of sharing my thoughts on it. You guys can check out the post if you want as well. I just don't understand why this is being a thing, since there was such an upheaval and a frustration and a just blatant we don't like this from the majority of the PvP community when it came around in Ashran. And so why now we're getting this entire system that is based around this concept just is lost on me. I do not get it. There's a lot of cool features coming in Legion. There's a lot of cool PvP changes coming in Legion. But this is hands down one of the worst things and possible things that could be happening. Like, I can understand why they want to do this and what they're trying to achieve. It's just not going to work out that way. Like, I don't know who ultimately gets the final say with this kind of stuff. I don't know what kind of board committee, how many people this idea filtered through. but this is an absolutely terrible idea. This is not fun. It is not exciting. What they are attempting to accomplish, which they stated in the blue post, is they want there to be a level of excitement when you receive the gear that you're getting. They want there to be an emotional attachment. They want to remove the idea of disappointment and things like that. But none of this is going to happen because you are going to be disappointed when you roll the same piece of gear that you don't want 3 times in a row. You're not. It's exciting when you save up and when you get to purchase the piece of gear you've been eyeballing. I remember every season I've PvP'd, Weapon Week is the most exciting thing in the world because you made sure you saved up enough points so you could get that weapon as you earned enough conquest points for it. That was exciting. So I know that I didn't really want to read a whole lot from the blue post, but one little paragraph that I do want to read, that I want to address and touch on the most is that Holinka states in his blue post here is that we understand that randomness in gearing has been problematic for PvP in the past, but we think that the aforementioned changes to PvP gear resolves the vast majority of the issues we've encountered before. In Legion, your primary goal in PvP will be increasing your average item level, getting or not getting. That perfectly itemized trinket won't be something you'll have to worry about. We also have systems in place to reduce the likelihood you'll see the same item twice, which will help round out your set of gear. The biggest benefit of reducing the predictability in gearing in PvP is we can offer gear on par with the rest of World of Warcraft's endgame activities. Not only will it make receiving gear from PvP more exciting and rewarding, but it also makes PvP more attractive to all WoW players. Now, again, I don't think that's necessarily going to be accomplished. My other question I have for this then is, how often are going to receive gear? Is this every battleground, every skirmish, every arena, every rated battleground, or is this going to be a once-a-week thing? It just raises too many questions and has the potential for too much frustration, flat out. In a previous paragraph, it does mention that your first few victories per week in each rated bracket will reward a guaranteed piece of gear, which has its item level increased based on your rating in the bracket. For both systems, gear works like it does in the rest of Legion. But then, okay, so how is this going to work then with the random? Are you going to have a chance to then randomly get gear throughout the rest of the week as you're playing random games? There's just not enough there to actually feel rewarding. If I wanted to play slots, I would go to Vegas. I would play a dice rolling game. That's not what I'm playing World of Warcraft to build my character. I'm playing World of Warcraft to progress a character in a way that I want to, not the way that the internal dice rolling system feels like I should that week. I think overall, I'm gonna probably have to draw the video to a close because it's getting to a point where it's actually just way too hard to keep talking, and I'm getting slightly salty, partly because of the system itself and because my mouth is in so much pain that I feel like it's actually making me angrier in general. I think the system is not good. I think it's doomed to fail. I think it's going to create a lot of frustration for players. I don't think it's going to be fun. I don't think it's going to be rewarding. I'm obviously willing to try it out before I make my complete and total judgment call on it, but looking at this on paper, this just does not look like something that is going to make PvP engaging, rewarding, or fun for me as a player. And I don't know if I'm going to want to do this on multiple characters. It's going to be hard enough on one. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Please do forgive me for cutting this short, having so many cuts in here and just being kind of weird. I'm doing my best to keep these videos rolling. I might have to put these videos on hiatus until I can get this tooth thing sorted out. But thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll catch you next time.